Hi, so this is a new reel review. So this one today is going to be the Okuma Komodo SS KDS 364LX. Right, so what can I tell you about this particular reel? It has 7 bearings, and some of the bearings in there are Japanese bearings for the spool. It's got stainless steel gears, which is one of the main differences between this reel and the previous one. The previous one also used to have red accents here as well, but it doesn't anymore. It's got aluminium spool, and I'll just depress that a minute, take a little bit of braid off. It's also got a clicker, so if you're using it for live baiting or anything like that, you've got a nice clicker. The level wind doesn't disengage when you put the spool in free spool, so obviously if you do wind your braid actually through the level wind, then it's going to be a little bit difficult there. It's got 6-pin brakes, which I'll show you in a second. To get to those, all we do, we undo this one screw. That's come out, and then we turn the side plate up, quarter of a turn, finger on the spool, so the spool doesn't come with it. There we go. So there are your brakes, just there. You can see that now. And then putting the side plate back on, trying to get it in the right place, do it for a video, so it's good. And then just do the screw it back in. When I first got the reel, the first time I adjusted it, the screw up there that had been done up by the factory really tight, needed a screwdriver to actually undo that, so that was really difficult. The drag is silent, as you can hear. It's got nice big EVA handles, which are really nice to use. The reel is still new to me, so I'm still very much getting used to it. Hopefully you can see this through the sun that's just come out, decided to blind my filming location. Something I've been told with this reel to help improve your casting distance. With the level wind there, if you, with the way the sun's going, I'm afraid this might not be the best video in the world, but if you can get as much of the grease off that as you can, and also, just let me show you again, let's just get the side plate off again. Finger on the spool again, and try and get as much of the grease off that plastic level wind gear as possible. And I've also oiled the level wind bearing there as well. I'm not a reel tech, so I've not taken the reel to pieces to get all the all the grease off the level wind mechanism, but apparently it will make a considerable difference to actually casting. Let's just get that back together. Now you might have seen with an earlier video that I've done today that I've got this reel spooled up with American Fish and Tackle Nano X braid in 80 pounds. Now you can see fairly well there the colour of the braid. I've used this reel for three sessions now, and the difference you get with the braid and the downside to this braid, the only downside I've found to this braid, is that its colour. Now if I put them like that, so that's what the braid starts off like, very dark blue, when it ends up as a fairly light blue because all the dye comes out. Any negatives about this reel? I found it's very wet. You know, from holding the reel all day long casting, my right hand was absolutely sopping wet, which I didn't particularly like. I would consider in the winter I would probably wear a neoprene glove or something. I'll put a leather thumb patch over so I can thumb the spool properly. But my hand would just freeze in the winter, so wasn't overly impressed with that side of things. Anything else? It's not the longest casting reel in the world. If you look on the American Tackle Advisors on eBay, so I'll say that all again. If you look on Tackle Advisor channel on YouTube, you'll find that he doesn't have an awful lot of good things to say about this reel, but it's still got a good reputation. So yeah, by taking some of the grease off the level wind, that makes a big difference. I've found that if I'm casting something like a Salmo slider with that, I could probably get that an easy 50 yards without thinking about it, whereas something like a replicant, so they're as near as damn it the same sort of weight, but obviously that's a lot more aerodynamic than that is. With a replicant, I might be struggling to get 40 yards, but hopefully in time that will improve. So lovely reel. The only thing I haven't told you yet is its gear ratio. The gear ratio, he says, looking for it because I haven't written it down anywhere. Where's the box? Where's the box? Where's the box? The gear ratio is 6.4 to 1. So sorry about this video. Has been a little bit of a interesting one. It's not very professional, but anyway, you know, we're all learning, we're trying to get better and better. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you do like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Many thanks. Bye now.